Hey, yo, what's up, Fanatics? It's your boy, Mr. B with Brand Shuttle. And today we have,
Y'all know who it is, man. ROBMASON, Rob Mason, Moon Rock Mason, Trees Company affiliate, Ultimate Raider fan, on Branch Huddle, getting it popping.
so if you guys don't know by now, this is a Raiders video. Today we'll be talking to him about the the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes, Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
Okay. So he just left. All right now. All right, I'm gonna give him some time.
I apologize. I got cold. I got cold in here. It's chilly. Chilly. It's chilly today in Kansas City. For any y'all don't know, I'm from Kansas City and I'm a Raiders fan. Don't at me. Check the comments then. Leave a comment if you don't like it.
All right. So before we get started into our full videos, that was a great introduction, my brother. Before we get started into the full videos, I want to remind you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends and family. Let's get them views up. Hit that notification bell so that way you guys can be notified when my content drops. So without further ado, let's get on into it. So, Rob, how do you feel about how the season ended last year with the Las Vegas Raiders?
Well, I really think that for me, it was better than expected. I'll put it to you like that. My expectations last year wasn't as high due to, I mean, pretty much everybody saw the hard knocks. You know what I'm saying? Seen the debacle of the Antonio Brown just situation. So my expectations last year wasn't too high because, looking at them from a personnel standpoint, they really didn't have a lot of firepower last year on the offensive side. So they needed to kind of go through those growing pains. Maybe did better than what I thought they was. I mean, they had a okay record for what I thought, but last year was for a Raiders fan was probably for them, a good year. You know what I'm saying? Because you got more than 5 wins. So for them, that's a positive for them. For me, I didn't expect much for them last year. Most don't A lot of you Raiders fans don't add me talking about I'm not a real one. I'm a fucking real one. Sorry, if you gotta bleep it out. But a lot of y'all always think you're gonna be in a Super Bowl every year. Come on, man, stop it. You sound like a Chiefs fan. Okay? And for you Chiefs fans, please add me. I want to smoke.
Oh, okay. We're starting off fiery today. So let me ask you something, man. I want
But
I
yeah,
want to ask. So what made you become a Raiders fan, and how long have you been a Raiders fan?
man, I've been a Raiders fan since probably about 1991. I believe I was probably about 11, 12 years old. Uh, First time I ever seen Bo Jackson was really what made me like, yo, that's what's up. Like he with them, and you a kid, you kind of roll with the, oh man, I like this guy. But growing up, man, I did. Marcus Allen was one of my favorite players when he was with the Raiders, um, and that was even before I ever was a fan. You know, he was kind of loose football when I was younger. I was more of like basketball was my thing. Football wasn't my thing, so I didn't really pay attention to a lot of it. As the years came on, becoming a Raiders fan, uh, I just been attached to him ever since that, man. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Allen, uh, my boy Randy Moss had a stint, but other than that, really it was Bo Jackson that really got me on to really want to be the silver and black. I still got the Bo Jackson jersey today. I was gonna put it on for y'all, but I wasn't gonna bust you over the head too much, because we all know, Bo know, Bo know.
Oh no, Bo knows, man. Bo knows. So, um, it's probably, we had the NFL draft come up. This was y'all last year of having the multiple first round picks.
Yep, yep,
So, tell me,
yeah.
in your opinion, How did you feel about how they conducted the NFL draft? Like, what grade would you give them?
They did pretty good, man. The Henry, I know a lot of people were shocked by the Henry Ruggs signing of them picking up Henry Ruggs and passing on um the receiver that went to Denver. I cannot, the name is drawing a
Jer-
blank.
Jerry Judy.
Jerry Judy. Yeah, passing up on him. I really think that signing him was having Henry Ruggs. I think knowing the way that the Raiders are trying to basically not scheme, but put their personnel in place. From what I was reading, Ruggs just fit what they was trying to do. All about, and he is an Alabama receiver, and we both know that he and Judy. Come on, man, that's just like Batman and Robin. Starsky and Hutch. They both talents, and we just because you're a good wide receiver in college doesn't always make you a great wide receiver in the NFL. But I did like the pick up with him, and I believe in the second pick we got shoot, his name is drawing a blank.
We're talking about your second first round pick, right?
Second first round pick was what the heck is his name?
I can't even
Hold on,
remember.
listen, hey, don't at me, don't at me, don't at me. All right, but I want to get his name right. But anyway, the he was a good signing. It was just I wasn't sure about it.
Damon Arnett, or Damon
Yeah,
Arnett. Yeah.
it just saying I didn't know. I'm on that. My bad, bro. I do follow you on Instagram, man. My apologies, bro. I should have known. But Arnett was one of them guys I was a little skeptical on because I didn't know how he would kind of handle being thrust in that role, being a first round pick, and being such an integral part of what the Raiders need, meaning that he needed to be somebody that could basically start day one. You know, uh, they're using that pick on you. You come out of Ohio State, and I was a little skeptical on that. But the thing was, I really didn't know at that time what I really was hoping they go after. I knew they needed a cornerback, and he seemed like one of the best fits for him.
Mm.
And when I go look at his tape and seeing what he could do, I really like the fact that he's a tackler. And contrary to the belief, he can play both man and zone. Uh, but what I do like is the fact that he is a tackler. And for the Raiders, that's one thing you need to do as a cornerback. I feel like I ain't saying you got to be a hitter, but in open field, you got to be there's gonna be a lot of times that they gonna throw that ball out there too young, throw that running back the ball out there on the flat, and you might be in a zone and you need to make that tackle. Arnett can make that tackle. And I like the fact that the Raiders just ain't gonna thrust him in there wow willy nilly. They make sure they put some vets around him to kind of guide him. So just off the first two picks, I was really intrigued by that. The rest of the draft picks, because obviously, we didn't have any more picks, I believe, after the fourth round. I think.
Yeah, about the fourth round, third or fourth round.
Yeah, I think it's fourth round. We didn't have any more picks after that. So the other guys that's coming in is gonna fill in the spots. They're really good. One person in general that I'm really waiting to see. Actually, two is the two back-to-back picks they took. A lot of people like, oh, they took two wide receivers. No, um, Edwards is a true wide receiver, but
Bowden.
Bowden, yeah, Bowden he's definitely a offensive weapon. Most people probably think they wasted that pick, but they really didn't. If you are a Raiders fan and you follow the team, you actually know that they needed a lot of weaponry for them to be able to um, kind of build up their offense. They had already had defensive players. They already had those signed uh, Gates, you know. So there's no reason for them to go heavy on defense when they already have that there. They pick up Muse, which I believe is a good pickup. But we need more offensive firepower, man, and really getting Bowden and Edwards. I think as long as they pan out to be somebody that they can rely on, Raiders will be good. And so if I had to give my own team a draft grade, I would say they did about. I'm gonna go about maybe just not to be biased as a Raider fan because I believe just that. I'm gonna give them about a minus. All
A
right,
minus.
minus high B plus. Okay,
Okay.
because Edwards is somebody I don't know about yet. Everybody talks about, oh man, this is great. This is, he's gonna do this. And Bowden, I don't know about that. The uncertainty too, like I said, with Ruggs coming into, you know, real NFL football.
Mm.
A lot of times people expect wide receivers to come out firing, and everybody's not like that. Especially as a rookie wide receiver, you don't always come out just catching 1,000 yards plus and then having 10 plus touchdowns. There's a learning curve to the game. You got to understand these things are a lot faster. So I expect Ruggs to have a good year. The Arnett is the one that I'm really hoping that pans out long term because for defense, he's going to be very valuable. He already hit the year before with Mullins. I mean, just if you could solidify the other side of the defense secondary, hey man, possibility is endless. And I mean, just even going into the fact of the guys that they picked up last year on the defense and who they brought in for the agency on the defense. It's just they have a multitude of talent that they can kind of mold and see where it goes from there.
Okay. Okay. I respect it. I respect it. Um, so let's go ahead and get into the Derek Carr situation from training camp. We're gonna dive right into training camp and let's address that Derek Carr video first.
I have a lot to prove to myself. I have a lot to prove to my organization. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm tired of being disrespected. So there was no question I was gonna play this year.
So he said he's tired of being disrespected. Do you feel like Derek Carr is actually disrespected in the NFL?
Um, well, first off, Derek Carr can't be disrespecting the NFL in regards because he's an NFL quarterback. Those who are trying to disrespect him are probably those who don't play do what he does. So to me, Derek Carr can never be disrespected, but I understand where he's coming from in that. And I don't think Derek Carr. I feel like in a sense people are disrespecting Derek Carr because man, there's so much stuff about the trade rumors and Gruden doesn't like him and all that. And you know, if I was going to play an advocate for Derek Carr, this is one thing I would say is, hey, look, Gruden doesn't like him. What quarterback really did Gruden have that was likable? I mean, honestly, we can't go with the whole scheme of he coached Brett Favre. Brett Favre threw more interceptions than he threw touchdowns. So if you molded that, I mean, I don't know what to say, but we want to call Brett Favre one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Yeah, he threw for a lot of yards. That shit got slaughtered. Which I'm not taking away from Brett Favre. He's a good quarterback. And then you want to take in consideration if Gruden doesn't like him, well, who does he have to compare him to? Rich Gannon. And Rich Gannon already had a good work ethic at the time of getting to the Raiders organization. He was there when Gruden was there. They both had the same thing. It's almost in the same thing of a Sean Payton, Drew Brees type of relationship as far as how Gannon and Gruden work. Gruden does not dislike Derek Carr. What it is Gruden is very hard on his quarterbacks. I believe he asked them to do a lot, retain a lot of information, be able to make certain decisions and know the right time to when to make a certain play. Derek Carr is a really good quarterback. Am I going to put him in elite status? No, I'm not. But I'm not even going to put him in a manager status. And the reason why I'm not is Derek Carr can show the ability that he can come back in the fourth quarter. A lot of people fail to realize in the 12-4 season when he got injured, he was on an MVP run. Okay, this man had to deal with countless different offensive coordinators. He's had coaching changes, personnel changes. there's a lot going on with that. Now, you tell me, guys, if you keep going to your job all the time, they keep changing up your job every day or keep changing the people around you, how are you going to feel? But then they still want you to perform at a high level. And there's a lot of things else that come with that. So I don't think Derek Carr is being disrespected. I just think Derek Carr is being undervalued. And I think that for anybody in the rated organization is talking about getting rid of Carr, Chuck, you don't like Carr, I'll put it to you like this. I'd rather see Gruden go before Carr go. Because Carr shows he has potential. If anybody wants to combat that, go back and look at his completion percentage. He had a high completion percentage last year. And everybody's saying, well, he's not throwing the deep ball. Who the fuck's he throwing it to? Tyrell Williams? Zay Jones? Some other person? My cousin? Like, a lot of people don't really understand, man. Some of the best programs in the NFL starting off always had a nucleus of solidarity with each other. They're building with each other. That's the reason why I think Carr's upside is so much more better than his downside. His floor, I've seen his floor. Floor is about 3,000 yards and maybe 20 touchdowns. Derek Carr should be a 30 touchdown a year average quarterback. He only threw 8. I think he only threw 8 interceptions last year. But yeah, I don't really feel like Derek Carr is being valued as a legitimate starting quarterback. And I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of other guys that are in this league that are valued more, Jimmy Garoppolo, than they are Derek Carr, and that Derek Carr can outplay any of those guys. So for me to be able to say that Derek Carr feels like he's being, kind of in so many words shitted on, I just think that's bulletin board material for him. I think that's the way he should take it. I think he should take it as they shit on him because, in a sense, a lot of people keep saying it's just the murmurs. He's hearing it. People are always talking about like, oh man, Gruden don't like Carr, or is this Derek Carr's last year? Why is it Derek Carr's last year? Is Derek Carr's not the reason why they've having crappy years. Now, do I agree that he makes mistakes? Of course. All quarterbacks do. So I just think Derek Carr has to stay focused on what he is, focus within the offense, keep working, keep grinding, and just really use all the weapons, man. Just stay on the ground where you can use the weapons on a constant basis and just get better at making certain decisions in certain points of the game. That's the only thing I think I have with Derek Carr. Sometimes he makes certain decisions. It's just like, why'd you do that? But I can say that about any quarterback. Sometimes it works out for quarterbacks, sometimes it don't. Mm-hmm. And you can go back and look at tape and things like that. But Derek Carr, man, hey Derek Carr, you cool with me, bro? You know what I'm saying? Have me out to Vegas, man. Well, not right now because I can't wear no all that. I ain't gonna do all that. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. that was in depth. That was a very, very good explanation of how you feel about Derek Carr.
Damn. Chiefs fans, what y'all gonna talk about? The Super Bowl win?
Ooh.
Jimmy, put it to you like this: if Derek Carr was there, if it was on the other side of the bank, then completely different. He would have made that pass to Emmanuel Sanders. Stop what I'm saying.
Ooh. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Okay. So we're gonna go into our next segment, which is going to be this upcoming 2020 season. So let's just start off with, okay, do you think with the whole COVID situation going on that we're actually going to have a full season, or do you think it's going to stop in mid-season?
Man, it was crazy because I had this conversation, I think yesterday. And I'm I don't know, man, I'm optimistic about it. I think the NFL is going to try to do everything they can to salvage the season however they can. And I think they're taking measures. People that are talking about the bubble, it can't work in the NFL. It's not a bubble is not going to work because you're trying to put all these teams in one spot. It's different for the NBA because why? The NBA quit playing basketball in March. You came back and you didn't even have all the teams play. It's not going to work. Just the same way it is with baseball. Now, of course, baseball is limiting the fact that they're not having fans, which limits everything else out. So I think they're gonna try the best they can to make sure that they can get a full season out of it. If I had to say, I'm about 70-30 right now if the season's gonna finish out.
Okay, yeah, that's much
So
more optimistic than me. I think I'm looking at a 40-60. I think we're gonna make it about week 8, and then they might have to cut it.
well, it's almost like I think a lot of people are really thinking like, oh man, the cases are gonna get too high that they're not gonna be able to play. And we definitely know what's going on. We definitely know while they're waiting to see how a lot of this goes. This process is already started. I'm pretty sure they want to keep certain players locked in and keyed in. Like, hey, look, you're gonna have to start doing certain things to make sure that you know you don't catch COVID. You know,
Yeah.
so they're all going to be able to make sure that they can move along in a certain way that they can have. Um, I guess like seeing what Denver did with the whole spray sanitizer thing.
Hmm.
I see them definitely taking extra measures if they have to, because let's be honest, man, the NFL. I mean, the NFL is $1 billion industry. Okay, they're losing a lot of revenue by not having fans yet, and they don't want to lose TV revenue. They don't want to have to um, kill the season and not be able to play football. So you kind of have to try to get this out, like you said, by week 8. That's why I say I'm like 70-30. I think that the case if the cases get really bad, then yeah, they will probably end the season. I don't see a restart happening for the NFL. That's one thing I don't do. I do not see the restart happening for them. I just think it's too much. I think it's too much, and they're not going to be able to do like um, basketball. It's just not going to work. And that's why I'm more prone to thinking that they're going to make sure that they do not have to cancel the season. Everyone is going to have to wear masks. I'm pretty sure certain stadiums are not even open to full capacity, which is actually a good thing during this pandemic. I know us though. I know Mark Davis. Mark Davis talking about feeling it, baby. So Mark, don't fuck this up for me, man. I'm trying to see these boys make a move this year. If you're gonna go, I know it's a new stadium. You know what I'm saying? It's just, this is the worst year to have a new stadium, though. I mean,
It's
but why,
it's the worst.
right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, why not? We got new stadiums like us in the Rams and Chargers. We like, what now? We can't have no fans. So I don't know, man. COVID's gonna jack us up a little bit when it comes to being able to have a fulfillment season. Because it's different for the players too, man. You know, the players do it for the fans too, just as long as trying to win. You know, they do that. You look out to the crowd and it's just, people yelling in the stands, and all it is the cleanup crew. You know what I'm saying? If it don't hit, it don't hit right.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Now let's venture into. So I don't know if you had a chance to take a look at your season schedule, but what do you anticipate your record's going to be, and do you think you guys are going to make the playoffs? Keep in mind they are implementing the new format where they're adding an additional playoff team in there.
Well, and I've done, man, and I don't know the guy's name, and I kind of want to just put him out there right now, and You might not like this, Mr. B, but it's cool. It don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the guy is that's on NFL, he was on NFL Network. He used to do the fantasy show. Bald guy's got the beard. I can't remember his name, but I seen him. He was one of the first ones I seen do a schedule prediction, and he gave the Raiders I believe he gave them 9-7, but he picked them to beat the Chiefs once. So I was like, you definitely don't know. You definitely don't know about, like, obviously picking wins and losses, because you actually picked them to beat the Chiefs. I have them going right now 9-7, being the either 7th or 8th seed. I mean, that's the 7th or 8th seed. Well, no, because they did. They actually had to play they'll be seeded as a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As a wild card, just because of the fact that they're new. They got a lot of young talent. It is a COVID year, which I think honestly will work to their advantage and work against them in the same thing. I have them going 9-7, man. I got them. I got them winning some good games. I got them losing. As crazy as it sounds, I got them. I agree with one guy. I actually have them opening night winning against your Panthers, bro. But
You're
then
wrong.
Monday losing against to the Saints, which is, that could go either way. It could be flipped. They could lose to beat the Saints. Cars sometimes on the road ain't that great, but I've seen you win on the road too. So that's the first opening night. Not opening night. That's the first game playing in Carolina. It's just one of the things that we can do and make a move and then kind of go with that. You know what I'm saying? So I got them going 9-7, being a wild card team in the playoffs and just trying to make a push. I don't think this will be a year that they really stake their claim as far as being a team to be reckoned with, but it'll be a good catalyst for them to build off of for the years to come. I expect the Raiders to actually be a continuous playoff team after this season continues, at least for the next 4 to 5 years, and keep building off of that. Depending on, what happens with quarterback and some other personnel, we'll see.
Okay. Okay.
Not saying I got them in, and I mean,
9-7.
y'all could say y'all see them at 5-11 or whatever. I don't really care, because even last year, man, they lost. They were 7-9. They lost some close games. They lost to the Broncos. That was real close, and they had one bad debacle, I believe. I think it was the Jets game. They shouldn't have lost the Jets game. That was just crazy. I couldn't believe you lost to the Jets, but then turn around and beat Chicago. So I'm just like, I already know. So
Okay. Okay. So when they get to the playoffs, do you think it's going to be like a one and done, or you think they might win one game and then move forward
I
and then
think,
lose in the conference?
especially with the new format, because now the number two seed in each conference does not get a bye week. They have to play that week now. The only team that gets a bye week is the number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that he is in Gruden is going to be optimistic about them making a deep run. The AFC has some tough teams in the playoffs last year. Tough teams, man. So the Raiders, being a team that hadn't been there since 2016, it's going to be really hard for them to stake their claim in that, unless you just see a total emergence from, and really it's going to have to be a defensive emergence, like so good that they're playing number 1 ranked defense. And right now, I don't see that yet. It's so new. I can speculate all I want on paper, but it has to be put down there on the gridiron. So I do see them going I really honestly see this as being a learning year, man. I'm not gonna go into the magical year type thing. No, I want to be more understanding of the fact that this team has to grow. I like slow growth over rapid. Slow growth helps you plug and play pieces and stay where you want to be. That's a Patriots way.
Mhm.
Not about a lot of people want to put the Chiefs with the Patriots. Patriots didn't pay nobody. Just let you know that. And they trade off the players before they really got out of their prime to get draft picks. They recycled it. They knew what they were doing. You always want to put a good mixture in with your players. And, if you're locking perennial players up for this amount of years, paying them all this money, that's not gonna be a longevity for you because quote unquote we all know we can tie our money up. So I just think that they can be able to keep kind of adding to it each year. That's why I said this year be a 9-7. Next year, I'm expecting to be better than 9-7, especially having a full year because nobody's leaving the next year that is of any value. I can tell you that right now for the Raiders organization. There's nobody that's going to leave next year of any value that the Raiders are not going to be able to build with the next year. So we'll see, man. Like you said, it's a COVID year too. It could be a quirky year, man. We don't know. We don't know what really to expect yet, and hopefully we can kind of get um, some certainty as the weeks keep going on and on and on.
Mhm.
But that's my schedule. 9-7.
Okay.
Likely going to be a wild card. I see the division going to the Chiefs. They are Super Bowl champions. The Raiders haven't the Carr has not beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, and that's one of the things. If you're going to be a perennial powerhouse football team, you got to go into hostile areas against good teams and beat them on the road. So that's a lot of things that Carr's going to have to do, or not even just Carr, Gruden as well. Gruden ain't did it either. So it's got to be something where these guys have to figure out how they can win the tough games and not the games that are, we can just eat the clock out now. There's games in the and the Raiders can do it, man. That Carr's shown that the fact he's got that fourth quarter comeback ability. And that's why I'm just more believable in the fact that these guys can really build a strong nucleus with all these weapons they got, and just hoping that they all pan out. So 9-7. If they go 10-6, I don't know, man. Y'all might see me go ham. I don't know. If they get more than 9 wins, I'm not gonna lie, I will be more likely shocked because that means that they beat a team that I didn't expect them to beat and they expected to beat. So we'll keep it like that. That's why I'm a fan, and they make the big bucks to do what they do.
All right. So let's get into we basically covered everything there is covered by the Raiders. Give me your Super Bowl prediction for this upcoming season. Who do you see playing in the Super Bowl? And give me your winner.
Year, you want me to give you my Super Bowl prediction in a COVID year?
Yes. Yes.
Hey man, let me tell you something. If you can pick the Super Bowl predictions now in a COVID year, you a bad MF, man. I'm gonna tell you that. You actually have an ability of something that most people ain't gonna be able to do because the COVID really throws a damper in it because if you are diagnosed with COVID, you have to sit out basically 2 games, which is
Mhm.
14 days, or until you're actually medically cleared. Let's just put it like that. And that's gonna hurt a lot of teams, man. You know, that's why I think that NFLs want to make sure if you don't have COVID, you're not gonna have you. You're more. We're gonna make sure you don't get COVID. You know, and that's just the thing about it. Is just it's going to be one of them things, man. Where if I had to predict, hmm, if I had to predict for the AFC, I would more likely, and I'm gonna go. Man, I know this gonna sound crazy, but I really think that the Ravens are a good team. They are, man. Me and you talked about it, Mr. B. They robbed the NFL other team. They came in with masks on, like, yo, give me him, give me him. Yeah, give me him too. And just like they're stacked. They're the most stacked team, and as we can see, is sometimes that's not always what wins games in the playoffs. Um, but if I had to go, man, I would really think it could be the Ravens making a push for the Super Bowl. I think Lamar Jackson's determined. I think he's a guy that really plays with a chip on his shoulder. Um, he knows he was very unsettled with the way that the season ended for him last year. Um, they can also too combat with the Chiefs on every level, as far as offensive firepower and defensive firepower. They're pretty much stacked up. So that's who my prediction is. They will be able to push to the Super Bowl. Do I think that's actually gonna happen? No, no. I feel like this year, like I said, I feel like this COVID year is gonna be a quirky year, man. Um, everybody's picking the Chiefs or they're expecting the Chiefs to run it back. And we all know, man, it's the NFL. This ain't the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see a freaking Cleveland. You're not gonna see a Cleveland Golden State style in the NFL. You're not gonna see two teams keep meeting up in the Super Bowl 4 years straight. And you're like, all right, okay, we get it. It's y'all two again. It's not gonna be like that. It's very hard to win in the NFL like that because it is truly a game of inches. You know what I'm saying? So uh, for the NFC, man, that's contract. Actually, uh, like Seattle, man. I like Seattle. I like Seattle to maybe make a push this year and do something. I think with the fact of Seattle has a lot of good weapons. Defensively, they're not as strong as they should be, but they are a good defensive football team. They're not great, but they are good. But Russell Wilson he's a legit QB, man. But I like Seattle as like a sleeper pick. You know, probably not gonna happen. But if it does, you know when you heard it first, man. Branch Huddle, baby.
Heard it first here on Brand Shuttle.
I'm just saying. People like, man, he picked the Ravens and the Seahawks, and be like, damn, bro, he picked that shit. Play to run this back. Just I'm just saying. Like, I didn't pick my own team. And people like, you ain't no real Raider. You don't pick your team. Look, dipshits. They ain't been back to the Super Bowl since 2000. Not they, if the Raiders did make it to the Super Bowl somehow or way this year, it's definitely due to a lot of COVID shit. I'm gonna tell you that now. That's a fact.
Yes.
It's a lot of COVID going on there if the Raiders make it. And that's just how it is, man. Uh, Even though, like I said, man, the Bills are a good football team. I just don't think they're not there yet to be one of the most dominant in the AFC. Um, the Texans, me, you talked about the Texans multiple times. They're a good football club because of one guy. So that's just not really what it is. And I'm just going about Tennessee. Tennessee is somebody that I'm really looking at now as like, not gonna make a Super Bowl, but definitely gonna give you a headache in the playoffs. Just like that. New England, as we know with New England, New England is probably a team I could probably say this. New England is probably a team that definitely will have another early exit in the playoffs due to the fact of personnel and a whole different regime coming in as far as mental with Cam Newton coming in. You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of ball. Cam Newton's they're gonna have to figure that out. Especially like I said, man, they had some key losses with the opt outs. not having Hightower for the years is a very big deal. I don't think a lot of people understand that it's going to be and it's just not going to be one of the things that people don't really have to pay attention to. So, you know, that's why I said in the AFC, if I had to go with somebody, and I'm pretty much picking somebody from last year would be the Ravens. I can see the Ravens and the Chiefs meeting up in the AFC Championship, barring, like I said, any type of COVID and just battling it out, and the Ravens getting the best of them, man, because you know it's different when you recognize a team, you know what they're good at, you know what they got. And, you know, sometimes, like I said, Lamar Jackson, man, he's a very unique quarterback. Him and Mahomes are very good quarterbacks. Their play styles are complete polar opposites, but they can show you the fact that they can get the job done doing it their way. You know, a lot of people don't like the fact Lamar Jackson runs. You know, a lot of you people really got to realize too, and I'm not being an advocate for Lamar Jackson, but you guys like the way that Patrick Mahomes throw the ball. You say, well, Lamar Jackson can't throw. That's not true. But if you think that kid gets hit a lot, just go back and look what he did in Cincinnati. Okay? He made the two guys bump into each other. Only other person that ever did that was Michael Vick. You know? He's very good at not getting hit hard. He's knowing how to get. He's very evasive. Let me put it like that. So he's not gonna always take big hits, you know. And as it looks like the Ravens ain't worried about it. That's why I said I picked them to be in the Super Bowl. Seattle, I just think is a sleeper, man. I just think, you know, even though since Russell Wilson's got his contract, they haven't been back. It's just, I just literally think, man, they're going to be able to make a push. It's just they like, I don't think a lot of people look at their roster and be like, oh man, they ain't got nobody. They really do. You know, Chris Carson panned out to be a really good running back, and they started passing the ball a little bit more. And then, you know, the signing. I mean, drafting DJ Metcalf, having Tyler Lockett. Now, I will say, tight end wise, they've been having a little bit of a carousel, but I don't know if
Greg Olsen.
Huh?
Greg Olsen.
Yeah, Greg Olsen is going to be able to be that one, man. I don't know. You know, I can't say he will. I do know Greg Olsen is a very reliable tight end. He's getting older, though. The bodies took some hits, and you don't know if that's going to pan out for him. So that the NFC was kind of a loose pick for me. I really don't have a stationary solid pick for the NFC, man. I mean, it could be almost anybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people probably expected it to be Green Bay. A lot of people probably expected it to be Green Bay last year, but, you know, they couldn't stop the run. And a lot of people probably expected for them to be another way to be able to have the nucleus to be able to make another push. I'm gonna go with Seattle right now. I'm gonna just stick with Seattle. I'm thinking as we talking. I'm like, man, maybe, yeah, could Green Bay make it? Because you know, AR, he's a bad man. You know, he's still a bad man. But it's not really one of them things where I can pick them right now. Man, they actually had an opt out. Devin Funches found out opted out. So it's just basically, you know. But they did pick up that A.J. Dillon running back. So, you know, you never know how it's going to be. They find other ways to get it done. But I just, you know, this is one of the things I guess we're going to have to see, man. We're going to have to see how it turns out. But if I had to say it, I'm going to go with the Ravens and I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Probably ain't happen, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. It's August the 12th, you know, 13th or whatever the day is. You know, it's Wednesday. So, you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going with, Mr. B, you know.
All right. So, like you say, you heard it here first from Mr. Robert Mason. He has the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. So, as we go into our closing segment, I want you to go ahead and drop your YouTube. You have, man. I know you mentioned it a little bit earlier. Go ahead and give us a quick explanation, a rundown of what you got going on.
Listen, man, just so y'all know, obviously, man, Mr. B didn't tell y'all as well. You know, I am RBMASON, Moon Rock Mason Trees Company affiliate, but I'm also commissioner of the Elite 8 Fantasy Football League. All right. I'm big time commissioned that. Now,
Former champion right here. Former champ. Former
you don't
champ.
know, yeah, we're not talking about that. You're talking about me. Okay, Mr. E. All right, we didn't bring up no champs. Who was that? But I am owner of that. So man, be on the lookout, please. Please, if you ain't got time, if you got time, not if you ain't got time, if you got time, go ahead and we'll see. Well, I had a link down there. Subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna put some content out there for you guys. We have a lot of fun, man. It's me and 8 of my closest friends. We just started a league. We have a lot of fun every year, man. So we started just gonna add content to it because a lot of y'all need to see some of this smoke that we talked or whatever, however it go. Also, too, man, I have a shoe restoration page, G2L Kicks, aka G2L Customs. The link in the description gonna be at the bottom as well. You know, click on that, subscribe to your boy, check out my channel. All right. And this is what I understand, man. Mr. B just got the channel cracking. He got more subscribers than me. So I'm gonna need a lot of y'all that already like shoes. Go ahead, hit it up. And if you need them done, come holler at your boy. All right, check me out. Follow me on Instagram. All right. It said G2L Kicks, baby. All right. I said, well, yeah, it said G2L. No, it said G2L Custom. I'm sorry. G2L Custom.
It's okay. We're gonna have the link, and we're gonna have the link in the description below.
This ain't water in here. All right. Making sure to tell y'all know. I've been a little hype. I got all my Raiders gear on me, ready for football. I just told Mr. B the other day, football season is in the air. I can smell it. See, this is Raiders all over everywhere. Car, I told you, baby. I told you, man. I'm rolling with you. This thing got dust on it. I ain't even opened the package. That's how much I know you the man, all right? Don't worry. Don't worry about them haters. You still the man, all right? This is a 2015 team collection. But other than that, man, you know where you gonna find me. You gonna find me in front of the TV, supporting LV, keeping it funky, man. But you know, yeah, man, go ahead, shoot me a like, shoot me a follow. If you like some of the stuff I put out, man, cool. But please be able, we really gonna start doing more with the fantasy league, man. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna try to make the best of it this year. We're probably gonna try and document the draft or something, maybe upload it so you guys can see how the workings of it go, and kind of go from there, man. So that's pretty much it.
All right. I appreciate that. So as you can hear, you got Robert Mason. He got the G2L Customs, aka G2L Kicks.
Kicks, aka
G2L
G2
Kicks,
Systems, baby.
baby.
Gotta throw that Kawhi on there. AE on it, baby.
So yeah, and if y'all want to check out that fantasy league that they have going, I was a first timer in their league last year, and I won the championship my first year. So
in there.
Had to make that be known. Your boy came in and wrecked it just as I called it.
Yeah, they don't know the backstory either. For those, he got to get Christian McCaffrey for free. He didn't even they just gave him to him.
I still had to make the rest of my picks, though. And we made it happen, baby.
Jones. Right. Answer that one. Ask him how he got D-Hop and Julio Jones. That's another set. That's another set. I ain't gonna mess up for my Raiders people. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man.
Well, man, I appreciate everybody for watching. I appreciate Robert Mason for joining me today and talking about his Raiders. So if you can, man, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video with all your Raider friends.
Channel.
Please, Chiefs fans, do not give this a thumbs down. I know he talked about the Raiders. I know you guys must hate the Raiders, but he has some excellent insight. He has some great information. He has a great channel. If you want to go ahead and talk bad about the Raiders, go to his channel.
You talk bad about the Raiders, Chiefs fans, go ahead. Like I said, the smoke. If you didn't like what I said, leave a comment and say what you didn't like about what I said. How about that?
Go ahead.
Don't at me because you won a Super Bowl in 50 years. Five. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I know. You know what? You're only as good as your last win. That's a fact. You guys are Super Bowl champions. I want to say, I'm like, hello, all about it. But other than that, man, I really ain't impressed. What do you want me to be? 1 year and already your quarterback's on GQ with his taco meat hanging out with his stuff on. I don't really care, man. You know what I'm saying? My rivalry is infused now because you Chiefs fans act like now you Debo on the block. No, Craig knocked out Debo. You know what I'm saying?
So, like I said, Chiefs fans, y'all got an issue with what he said? Go ahead and put it in that comment section down below. Also, I'll have his description, the links to his own pages. You can go there and harass him for all I want, for all I care, man. Go ahead and do that. Like I said, man, subscribe, like, comment, share the video, and as always, man, y'all stay safe, stay strong, and keep hustling.